Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. And in this video, we're going to explain the financial analysis and financial report of PT Antam Tbk. Before that, my name is Reiki, and together with my team, we'll be presenting this as a part of our financial management course assignment. Now let's move on to the introduction, which will be presented by Zaidan.
Okay, before we go to the financial report and financial analysis, I'm gonna explain about introduction. So PT Aneka Tambang Tbk is a state-owned enterprise operating in the mining and mineral processing industry, playing a vital role in Indonesia economic development through the management and utilization of the country's rich natural resources. Established in 1968, Antam has evolved into one of Indonesia's leading mining companies, producing and processing key minerals such as nickel, gold, and ferronickel. The company's operation contributes significantly to both domestic industrial growth and international trade. In the highly competitive and capital-intensive mining sector, financial performance serves as a key determinant of a company's long-term sustainability. Efficient management of resource, stable profitability, and strong liquidity are crucial for maintaining operational resilience amid fluctuating global commodity prices. To achieve this, financial statement analysis plays an essential role in assessing how well the company generates profit, manages debt, and maintains cash flow stability. This study focused on analyzing the financial performance of PT Aneka Tambang Tbk using various financial indicators through a detailed examination of Antam financial data from 2023 to 2024. Okay, next. Okay, so we go to financial analysis. Next. So first of all, I'm gonna explain about common size analysis for income statement. So the common size analysis provides a clear view of PT Antam Indonesia. So total revenue in 2023, the company recorded total revenue of 667 billion, which declined to 836 billion in 2024. Despite the decrease in total revenue, the proportion of cost and profit items to revenue provides meaningful insight into the company's efficiency and profitability. COGS, or the cost of goods sold, represent 106.42% of revenue in 2023 and rose dramatically to 225.25% in 2024. This indicates the company's production and operational costs significantly exceed its total sales, suggesting inefficiency in cost control or potential extraordinary expense during 2024. However, the gross profit margin improved slightly from 19.35 in 2023 to 23.35% in 2024. Operating expenses accounted for 11.30% of revenue in 2023 and 12.58% in 2024. Although this figure appears positive in 2024, it might reflect a change in classification or reporting format, as operating expenses typically reduce profit. The EBIT increased modestly from 0.80% to 1.08% of revenue. Most notably, the net income attribute to owners rose from 9.43% of revenue in 2023 to 13.84% in 2024. Overall, the common size analysis indicates that PT Antam Tbk experienced a mixed financial performance. While the company's success in increasing its net profit margin, the sharp rise in cost of goods sold relative to revenue remains a concern. To ensure sustainable profitability, the company needs to focus on enhancing cost efficiency, optimizing production process, and maintaining stable revenue growth in the coming years. Thank you.
Okay, next is the net working capital from Antam, PT Antam. The data shows that PT Antam's net working capital decreased from 11,488 billion rupiah in 2023 to 8,221 billion in 2024, representing a decline approximately 28.5%. This indicates a weakness in the company's short-term liquidity position. Several factors contribute to this decline. The first factor is decrease in cash and receivables. Cash and cash equivalents slightly decreased from 4,794 billion rupiah to 4,676 billion, while trade receivable dropped sharply from 600 billion rupiah to 280 billion rupiah. This suggests lower liquidity and potentially slower cash inflows for customers. The second factor is significant increase in inventory. Inventory rose substantially from 3,470 billion rupiah to 6,039 billion rupiah. While this may indicate higher production levels or stock building in anticipation of future demand, it also ties up a larger portion of current assets in less liquid forms, reducing available cash. The third factor is growth in current liabilities. Total current liabilities increased from 8,578 billion rupiah to 9,770 billion rupiah, mainly due to higher short-term borrowings and trade payables. This increase in obligation further pressures the company's liquidity. Overall, although PT Antam still maintains a positive net working capital, meaning its current assets are still greater than its current liabilities, the downward trend implies a weaker short-term financial flexibility compared to the previous year. The company might need to optimize its working capital management by improving receivable collection, controlling inventory levels, and managing short-term debt to ensure sustainability liquidity. The analysis of PT Antam's financial data reveals a decline in net working capital from 2023 to 2024. Despite maintaining a positive working capital balance, the reduction reflects a less favorable liquidity position. To maintain operational efficiency and meet short-term obligation effectively, PT Antam should enhance in its cash management and working capital efficiency, ensuring a stable balance between assets and liabilities in the coming years. Okay, maybe next.
So I'll be talking about PT Antam cash flow analysis. Basically, we're going to see how PT Antam manage its operation and long-term investment during 2023 and 2024. First thing first, I will talking about how the company manage its operation. Okay, so in 2023, PT Antam generated a really strong operating cash flow around 4.3 billion, and this was fully supported by their earnings. That shows the company was doing a great job in managing its operation. They were able to turn profit into actual cash efficiently. Then in 2024, the number dropped a bit to around 3.7 billion. This small decline might have happened because of lower revenue or maybe higher expenses. But overall, it's still solid. The company managed to stay liquid and efficient, which means they still had enough cash to support daily operation without any problems. Okay, the second one I will talking about it's how the company manage long-term investment. Now, if we look at their long-term investment, Antam spent quite a lot about 2.9 billion in 2023 and 2.7 billion in 2024. That's a big number. Even though it's a big number, it's actually a good sign. It means the company is continuously investing in long-term assets to support future growth. The ratio of cash flow from operation to CapEx went down from 6 in 2023 to 4 in 2024, meaning they spend more on investment but still had enough internal cash to cover it. So they didn't need to rely too much on loans or outside funding, which shows that PT Antam had strong financial control. So for the conclusion, to sum it up, PT Antam Indonesia has proven strong operating efficiency, smart investment management, and financial stability. Even though the numbers change a little between 2023 and 2024, the company was still financially strong and well prepared to expand its business using both internal and external funds. So yeah, Anthem basically proved it knows how to manage its money wisely. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for listening. Maybe next.
Okay, cash flow analysis. Uh, see, showcase of finding for long time investment basis of the analysis of the cash flow statement in PT Antam Indonesia financial report. It is explained the is company long time investment or finance through a combination of internal and internal finding forces. Interfacing commerce from cash flow from operating active CFO reflects the company ability to generate cash from its operating activity with external funding originates is from cash flow from financing active CCV. such or the issues of bad and other financial instruments. The combination demonstrates the company strategy in managing imbalance between international liquidity and access to external capital to support long-term growth. The quality of engineering and capital acquisition ratio. Quality engineering one measures well accounting profit is supported by actual cash from operation, CEO net income. A ratio close to 1 show agent earning air beacon by real cash flow. PT Antam CVO net income one high and stable engineer quality. B company acquisition ratio indicate the ability to fast investment as in inter cash CFO CapEx ratio one company can finance capital expend due to switch to external funding. Ini PT Antam CFO CapEx 2023 and 4 2024. Strong internal financing company despite slight delays. Okay, next.
Okay, next is financial analysis from ratio. The first one is liquidity ratio. In the liquidity ratio, there is 5 aspects of liquidity ratio. The first one is the current ratio. The current ratio of PT Aneka Tambang Tbk decreased from 2.34 in 2023 to 1.84 in 2024. This decline indicates a reduction in the company's ability to meet its short-term obligations using current assets. Nevertheless, a ratio above 1 still reflects a healthy liquidity position, suggesting that Antam can cover its short-term liabilities without financial distress. The second one is acid test ratio. The acid test ratio declined from 1.98 and 94 in 2023 to 1.23 in 2024, indicating a slight weakening in short-term liquidity. Although the ratio decreased, it remains above 1, which implies that Antam still maintains sufficient liquid assets to cover its current liabilities even without selling its inventories. The third one is average collection period. The average collection period decreased from 6.9 days in 2023 to 3.7 days in 2024. This means that Antam is collecting its receivables faster than before. The shorter collection period reflects improved liquidity and stronger cash management. Next. Next is accounts receivable turnover or ART. The account receivable turnover increased significantly from 52.9 to 99.3 times per year. This shows that Antam collected its receivables more frequently in 2024 compared to the previous year. A higher turnover indicates a greater efficiency in credit and collection management, which enhance cash flow stability. And the last one is inventory turnover. The inventory turnover ratio slightly increased from 10.01 to 10.38 times per year. This improvement implies that Antam's inventory is being sold and replaced more frequently, which indicates better inventory management efficiency and potentially higher profitability. Next. Next is capital structure ratio. There is two aspect of capital structure ratio. The first one is debt ratio. The debt ratio increased marginally from 0.27 in 2023 to 0.28 in 2024. This means that only about 27 until 28% of Antam's total assets were financed through debt, while the remaining portion was funded by equity. A low debt ratio indicates strong financial stability and a low level of dependency on external financing. Antam's ability to maintain a balanced structure between debt and equity suggests that the company is financially prudent and well positioned to handle potential fluctuation in interest rates or market conditions. The second one is time interest earned or TIE. The times interest earned ratio for PT Aneka Tambang improved from 1.44 times in 2023 to 2.32 times in 2024. This means that in 2024, the company's operating income was sufficient to cover its interest expense 2.32 times over, compared to only 1.44 times in 2023. The increase reflects a stronger ability to meet interest obligation and indicates enhanced financial stability and solvency. A higher TIE ratio generally implies a lower risk of default and greater flexibility for the company in managing its debt commitment. Next.
Okay, next I will explain you about asset management efficiency ratio. And this is the calculations table of the asset management efficiency ratio. Next. The asset management efficiency ratio consists of two calculations. The first one is total asset turnover or TATO. Antam's TATO decreased from 0.76 in 2023 to 0.63 in 2024, indicating lower efficiency in using total assets to generate sales. This suggests that despite assets growth, revenue generations became less effective, requiring better assets utilization strategies. And the second one is fixed asset turnover or FAT. Antam's FAT declined from 1.43 in 2023 to 1.5 in 2024, showing reduced efficiency in using fixed assets to produce sales. This implies that new or existing fixed assets were not fully optimized, and management should improve their operational as to boost productivity. Next. The next is this is the calculation table of the profitability ratio. And next, the profitability ratio consists of 6 calculations. The first one is OIROI, or operating income return on investment. Antam's OIROI rose steadily from 0.61% in 2023 to 0.67 in 2024. Indicating a modest improvement in the company's ability to generating operating profit from its total assets. This increase suggests better operational efficiency and managerial effectiveness, likely supported by improved cost control and highest productivity. Although the growth is small, it reflects a positive trend in asset utilization and operating performance that can be strengthened further. And next is OPM, or operating profit margin. The OPM increased from 0.80% in 2023 to 1.87 in 2024, showing enhanced efficiency in converting sales into operating profit. This improvement demonstrates Antam's success in controlling operational costs and boosting the productivity of its core business activities. The higher operating margin also highlights the company's resilience in maintaining profitability despite fluctuation in production cost of commodity prices. And next is NPM, or net profit margin. Antam's NPM grew significantly from 9.43% in 2023 to 30.84% in 2024, reflecting a notable improvement in overall profitability. This increase indicates stronger financial efficiency supported by effective cost management, reduced financing and tax expenses, and potential higher margin product diversification. The sharp rise in net margin underscores successful strategic and financial management, strengthening Antam's profitability and stability in the mining industry. Next. Okay, next is ROE, return on equity. Antam's ROE rose from 9.87% in 2023 to 11.96% in 2024, showing improved efficiency in using shareholders' equity to generate profit. This reflects stronger capital management and higher returns for investors, indicating healthy and sustainable financial performance. Next is GPM, gross profit margin. The GPM increased from 90.35% to 23.35%, signaling better control over production costs and improved efficiency in core operations. This rise demonstrates Antam's ability to enhance profitability by optimizing costs and maintaining competitive pricing. And the last one is ROA, return on assets. Antam's ROA improved from 7.90% in 2023 to 8.65% in 2024, indicating stronger asset productivity and operational efficiency. The increase shows that the company has been more effective in utilizing its assets to generate higher profitability.
Okay, maybe that's all from our presentation about the financial analysis and financial report of PT Antam Tbk. We hope this video helps you understand more about the company's financial performance. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, we are Ricky and team from the Financial Management course. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.